tackling, and I had never done that before, and it was the weirdest experience, but it was so fun, and I was completely covered from head to toe in mud, and I was wearing pigtails, and like, I don't know, it was like the start of everything. It was great. I define rugby culture. I define it as something that's really unique, and I think unless you're a part of it, it can be a hard thing to really grasp and understand. But for me, I do this job, I love the sport of rugby, but I do this job because it's about so much more than just rugby. Being a part of a rugby team is being a part of a family. You know, the after-match social where two teams sit down together after they've just had a tremendous battle on the field and share a meal together is not the norm in this country. And I think all of those types of things foster this kind of camaraderie and community and a sense of support. If you come out to the Sevens in the summer and you see all the tents that are set up all over the place, you'll see girls and boys in all different jerseys all in each other's tents and high-fiving each other and hugging each other, and that's really what it's about. And then you get out on the field and you play hard and you know, you do your very best, and then you leave it all behind.
You're in a zone that, like, you're playing a game. You're in like a different kind of zone, and then like after you get off the pitch and it's just like everybody's friends again. You don't really take it to heart or anything. Yeah. Some people do, but most people.
Most of it just stays on the field, yeah. And so after that, we all come together. And I mean, that's also the socials after the games and stuff is a great bonding experience for both teams, just to mesh together. And like, you know, people are like, oh, you did great at this time, and then, you know, we just all share compliments, and then it's all fun, and then we all eat. We just all come together, and it's just like a giant family. Just all the teams are just one big family.
Rugby Oregon.
With girls, it's more of a family type bonding thing. It's not. With boys, it's a little different. It's a real rivalry. It's a real kind of a different pace to the game. Whereas girls, it's more of a family type atmosphere.
Well, it's one where you're playing a very hard game, a contact game, where after the game is over, there's typically no hard feelings between the contestants in the game. It's a game where you end up smashing into someone and then congratulate them after the game.
For one, all my friends are rugby players. Like, I don't really hang out with anyone besides a rugby player because I don't talk about anything really other than rugby. But yeah, I met all my closest friends, my best friends, my inner circle. They're all rugby players, they're all on my team, and then they're also on other teams. I have best friends on Beaverton and Cleveland and Battleground.
You always have team rivalries, but we know at the end of the day, we all come together and we are one. Like Redhawks, I also director of Redhawks. So what happens is we kill each other all the time, all season long. But in Redhawks, the girls actually make friends that last a lifetime. And that's really what rugby is all about. It's about, you know, I could call up Kent and say, hey, we're coming up, we want to play, and we could spend the night at their house. It's just the way rugby is. We can go anywhere we want to, and someone will put us up and keep us. It's really what rugby's all about.
Some of my best friends I've met at rugby, not even on my team. Some of my best friends are on the other teams. Because when you play Redhawks, it really brings everybody together. You know, it's a different kind of camaraderie it's not like playing basketball or soccer. It's a different kind of feeling when you play rugby with someone. Like this girl, she's one of my best friends, and I worked for her mom. Got that because of rugby.
I love playing on the All-Star team because I meet so many new people, and being able to see them in like the school season is awesome because I just love going and like finding them and watching them play on their teams, and then being able to all of us just come together and play on one team, and just it's awesome.
And then hug everybody after, and then punch them, and then hug them, and then eat their food.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it is a contact game, so obviously it's going to be rough. I think people think it's just like we're out there throwing punches, kicking, trying to hurt each other, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to play rugby. And I think like once people realize, like they come out and watch a game and see afterwards how we're all friends, like it's not like we're out there for blood. We're not.
Yeah, I think rugby's always been about like, ever since I like played, like watched my brother play, my sister play, it's always been, the biggest thing has been about safety. And I think people don't expect that a lot, especially with a contact sport, no pads or anything like that. And so I think like the refs and all the coaches and everybody is really bent on like safety things.
You're taught how to tackle safe, you're taught how to fall safe. And the game's really not as physical as it looks. A lot of times it's just what you see in the game or what you see on YouTube. And you like, when you go on YouTube, obviously the first thing that's gonna pop up are big hits. In rugby, we know how to fall, we know how to tackle, we know how to play safe rugby so that we don't get hurt.
Well, there's a stereotype with rugby that it's super violent and like if you play you'll like break your face or something stupid like that. But really, you get trained. If you get trained the right way, you'll be fine. Like I've been playing for 4 years. I've never been injured once, and knock on wood. And but yeah, it's all about just form and playing smart. And if you do that, like you'll just get some bruises. Like it's totally chill.
You know, I hear that all the time, that rugby's a violent sport. And for me, it's more a physical sport, and it's a controlled physicality than it is what I would call violence. So yeah, you're trying to get the ball. Yeah, you're trying to score, and you're trying to win, and you're tackling, and there's a lot of contact. But the intent is not to do harm to your opponent. It's definitely, they call it the gentleman's sport, and there is an air of that. So in football, quite often you'll see a football player that's off his feet, that's going head first into somebody. In rugby, it's a controlled wrap and pull somebody to the ground. It's intense, and it has that air to it that I think is a little foreign to people, but it's very different than, say, the violence that you might see in a football game where people are just flying, bodies first and the whole 9 yards. So a little bit different there.
I love rugby because I love the idea of just like full contact, and it's a great game. I feel like anyone can excel in it. There's not we don't discriminate against like people of different sizes or anything like that. Everyone can play it. It's just a great sport.
And everybody gets to run the ball. Yeah. Not just one person.
And tackling.
Nice.
Tackling is awesome. Tackling's fun. It's my favorite part.
My favorite too. I like to hurt people.
I like the physicality in it. I like being able to feel like you're special, like you're a part of a family, because like a giant family does.
I've been playing rugby for 4 years now. This is my last year as a senior, and this was the semifinals today, and I even was crying before the game a little bit because like my team is my everything, and it's just, I can't imagine like moving on and playing with another team in college.
It feels good that to have my teammates that has my back, and having each other's back. Yeah, like sisterhood and stuff like that.
I mean, like, I'm an only child, but my teammates are basically my sisters at this point because I've been playing for 3 years, so I feel like I have a family here. It's like the sisters I never had.
But the reason that I stay is probably the reason why I love this job, is that I think it makes a difference in people's lives, and whether it's a referee or a coach or a player or a parent, it makes a difference. And I say to my husband every year, the year that I don't get a letter, an email, a phone call, or something about how rugby changed your life is the year that I can retire. And I have, kind of a stockpile of all of those things. And so I just think that's it for me, is that I don't know if there's one special moment, or if it's just that I know that it makes a difference in the lives of other people. And I love to, to have an opportunity to be a part of that is really something special.
Thank you.